So we started having this conversation last week a little bit, and it was about good fit books. So today I want to teach you that readers don't just pluck any old book off the shelf and settle down with it. Readers have to test books, looking at them carefully, opening them up and reading a few lines, asking themselves, is this book just right for me? When a reader wants to test a book, she tries it. Kind of like Goldilocks used to test the porridge in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. The reader opens up the book and reads a bit and then asks, can I read the words smoothly and easily? Is it just right? Or are there so many hard words that I can't read smoothly? Or, on the other hand, is this book too easy? So simple that it won't hold my attention and I'm going to get bored really fast? Books that feel just right are often called within reach or good fit books, because they're books that are within reach of what the reader can read without any help. So I could show you how I decide whether a book is just right or not, but since each one of you is now in charge of making your own reading life with your own decisions, I'm going to turn that task over to you. So before we do that today, we are going to discuss this. Okay, so I want us to think about what makes a book too hard, what makes a book too easy, and what makes a book just right. We're going to share your ideas and we're going to make a class chart. And then I'm going to tell you what you're going to do as your work on reading assignment after you read to yourself today. So when you are reading today, I want you to think about the books you are currently reading right now. What category does your book fit in, and why? As you become better readers, you need to take inventory of your books. You can't always rely on a parent or a teacher or a librarian. You need to learn how to check in with yourself with the books you're choosing to read. A just right book can be a challenging book, but as you guys said, you don't want it to be too hard. If you can't read the entire book, it might be too hard. If you don't understand the story, it might be too hard. If you understand it for the page that you read it, but you don't remember the story 2 pages later, it may not be a good fit book. The same can be said for too easy. And I really liked how you guys were really thinking about where you are as readers right now. Maybe it's too easy because you've read it a lot already. You know every word. You're getting through it too fast. Maybe just because of the way things are, it doesn't have enough words for you. You've grown as a reader. Great. All of that is okay. But today, you're going to take inventory of your own reading. As good readers in 3rd grade, one of the things we start to do is we start to do some work with reading. So we're not just reading every day and we're not just sounding out words. We're actually starting to think about the stories that we read and the book choices that we make so that we can get better and that we can be in charge of our own reading. So with your book today, here is what you're going to do. Remember I said that there's an activity? Well, that class chart that we made, that's why you didn't have Seesaw on your assignment yet. And you don't have it yet right now because I haven't assigned it to you. So here's that class chart that we made. What you are going to do is you're going to think about the books that you've read. And then you're either going to use the draw tool or the microphone to answer these 3 questions. Now, again, this is not an activity that you're going to rush through. We are working on reading, which means we actually need to take the time to think about the book that we read. This is not a right or wrong, or you're in trouble if it's too easy or if it's too hard. It's none of that. It's learning how to make a good choice for ourselves with our books. Your 3 questions are, what book did you read today? I would like the title and the author. Number 2, was it a book that interests you? This is a 2-part question. So the first part is, yes, this book interested me. No, this book did not interest me. And here's the second part. Please explain why or why not. An explanation is not, it was boring. That's not an explanation. No, this book didn't interest me because I felt like I already knew the story and I kind of guessed everything that was going to happen. And so that means I was kind of bored reading it. That first explanation gives detail of why this book did not interest me. Or yes, this book definitely interested me. I loved all the characters and the descriptions of the setting. I'm so excited to read what happens tomorrow because I left on a cliffhanger. I need to know what's going to happen. Those are explanations. Then it says, using our chart, that's the one I added that we made together as a class, was the book too hard, too easy, or just right? And how do you know what category your book choice fit into? You can use details from the chart in your answer. That's why we made the chart. It's for you to use. But this is why it is not a quick 1 or 2 word answers. We're doing the work that needs to be done for reading as 3rd graders.